Alright, our people who now welcome back again. This now still the portmanteau today. That program where they tell us they get the mind to chook mouth for all the matters where all the programs them not the fit chook mouth put. And now still me, Osagiato, that fine, proud, Benin boy one and they call talk. I just sit down here. So today we carry one better matter come inside the portmanteau today. For our society today, we just discover say people now they come out, they do public review of their relationship or their interaction with products, you understand, and the thing now that they cause gbege, for our society. Once person just come out, can do review of experience with any particular product where you interact with, before you know, manufacturer don't bring a litigation letter, before you know it, manufacturer don't carry police come arrest you for say you do honest review of your interaction with any particular product. Now this matter now we can say don't they do too much and they don't they go too far with them. So make we carry lawyer come, a consumer protection advocate for that matter, make it help us touch light inside this matter, who they do the right thing and who not they do the right. Is it the manufacturers now they overuse power, or being the consumers themselves now they now they pass their boundary concerning as they do this product review. So one more time we get our lawyer, our in-house analyst, our better lawyer in our consumer protection advocate. We get a barrister Austin Arikpo Abam once again in our studio. Barrister Austin, you welcome.
Thank you so much for having me on portmanteau today.
Thank you.
I'm excited to be here.
Thank you. Last time when you come here, we know say you talk so many things about Consumer Protection Act and consumer protection right now. First and foremost, what you want just ask you now the thing where they go on for our society today. In recent times, we don't see consumer product review. Don't they cause some kind of problem for our society. Once any customer come out, come talk, say, I buy this product to say as it be, not be. Before you know it, manufacturer don't slam case, court case, against the person. You understand? We see the Risco Food versus Madam Chioma Okoli. As they drag that woman, so the report carry and say the woman even lose pregnancy in that process. We see that BRT lady too, where it goes say the boss is not the day. Before they almost beat that lady for a bus stop that day. And the most recent one, the woman where it come give an honest review about the bread where she get for stock. Before police don't arrest her and she don't sleep police station. You understand which I try to talk now. So looking at all these things now, they make and be like say individual now no get the right to do review of the experience with a particular product.
Okay. All right, thank you so much for that question. A lot of people, this issue is a very topical one. So people have actually come out to ask, is product advocacy or review a right or a risk? Because as it appears now, it seems as though when you come out to review a product, it's becoming a risk. All right. Okay, now, first of all, let's determine the legality of product review.
Okay.
Within the bounds of the law, we situate the legality of product review within our Constitution. Chapter 4, Section 39 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria gives the citizens the right of freedom of expression. Good. And of course, the Consumer Competition and Consumer Protection Act, Section 114, also gives a consumer the right to information in a plain language. So look at it, communication is telepathy. If I have the right to receive information from you, I should also have the right to be heard, the right to give you feedback. So product review itself is not bad, it's a feedback mechanism. Outside this jurisdiction, outside Nigeria, other companies outside Nigeria are making good use of it. Because when you critique their products, they see it as a good engagement to improve on the quality of their products. But in Nigeria is a different thing. But look at it this way. The right to freedom of expression is not absolute. This is where the problem is.
Okay.
You are expected, for example, when you are to critique a product, when you have to review a product, you need to do it responsibly and with accountability. Responsibly in the sense that the law expects you to speak the truth. Truth in law is a complete defense to defamation. The reason why we are saying this is because there's a way you review a product, and you cross a boundary. There's a way you review a product and you go beyond reviewing into defaming or destroying the reputation of the brand. You get what I'm saying, sir? Yeah. So now the law expects you, when you are reviewing, to tell the truth, critique your experience about the product, because truth, justification of truth. If I'm saying you destroyed my reputation before anybody, if what I'm saying is a truth, you cannot hold it against me. Okay. And the law also, you have to avoid exaggeration or malicious intent. Don't over-exaggerate. For example, the Shoma Okoli's matter. Mm-hmm. Okay? Because I've read her comments on Facebook, I've read her posts on Facebook, and I've just opposed it with what is tenable to today. For example, she bought tomato paste from Erisco Foods Nigeria Limited. And of course, she's had different experiences. She has bought from other companies. And then she now came online to critique it. It should have been a fair critique if she had ended at, okay, the product is sugary. You get what I'm saying? That's her experience with the product. Yeah. But she took it further when one of the relatives to the CEO of the company, Erisco Nigeria Limited, asked her, why are you destroying my brother's business? I replied to her was what took it further. You know what she said? She said, tell your brother to stop killing people. That is going too far. Too far. It would have been better she ended at, the product is sugary. In my opinion, I feel if the company stops adding this item to what they are doing, it will be better. It will make their products better. Okay. You see, so it's the manner of approach and the way the citizens go about it sometimes. So looking at it this other way around too, the companies, most times, the fear of they want to destroy my brand reputation, the fear of this attack might be a pay that somebody paid them to destroy my company reputation. Most times that is why they react the way they react. Instead of them looking at the issue constructively and with equanimity, they end up intimidating and resorting to litigation.
So now, why do you think Nigerian manufacturers are not comfortable with consumers doing product review for them, especially unsolicited
reviews?
Yes.
Like I said earlier, the fear or the resistance of manufacturers to product review stems from their fear of reputational damage.
But if you have a good product, your product is up to standard, you follow regulations, you understand?
Yes.
You shouldn't be afraid of anybody doing review of your product.
You see, this is the fear. Okay, in a situation where we have this unregulated digital space, for example, on Facebook today, anybody can come out and start talking anything against anybody. Okay, unregulated. So their fear is, you understand how fragile this product perception is on social media.
Yes, I know.
A viral video on TikTok, a single post on Facebook can demarket your brand.
That's basic.
Can affect the sales.
That's basic.
This is their fear. And then they also feel that maybe their competitors must have paid you to destroy and damage the image of their business. So perhaps this has been their fear. But to allay their fears, that's why I say there must be a balance. There must be a striking balance between a responsible product review and the manufacturers agreeing. Maybe there should be a corporate reorientation. They should come to terms that this thing is part of, because outside Nigeria, they see consumers as integral part of the company.
Yes.
So whatever they say, maybe because those people out there, they already understand how the market ecosystem works.
Okay.
They understand how it works. They actually make use of your critique. You say to improve on their products.
Yes.
Okay. And maybe because the consumers over there are also enlightened, they also know their bounds. They know the limits to which they can review a product.
Okay.
You understand? So that's why I say there must be a striking balance between the consumer reviewing products responsibly, with accountability, with the knowledge of the law, knowing that my right is not absolute. I have to exercise it within the bounds of the law. Okay. And the manufacturers also coming to terms that this review of a thing is very essential and integral
consumers coming
Protection.
out to do product review? Is there any law backing it up, and to what extent does the law give consumers the right, you understand, to review a product too? Is there a law
Yes.
to this, and what are the boundaries? What boundaries did the law set?
Okay.
You know?
Unfortunately, the provisions that governs product review are not express. They are implied provisions, but that does not mean they are not legal. Like I stated earlier, Section 39, that's under Chapter 4 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Okay.
It gives a citizen the right of freedom of expression.
So it's on that. It's only on that freedom of expression, that this one is.
Yeah, and also Section 114
Okay.
of the Competition and Consumer Protection Act also gives a consumer the right to information and the right against unfair practices. So by implication, the consumer has a right to give you feedback.
Okay.
If he buys anything from you and the thing does not fit the purpose for which he bought it, he has a right to reach out to you and give you feedback on that product. So this is where the consumer derive his right to review a product. And that's why I said that there is no right in the Constitution that is absolute. Even your right to life can be taken away if you take another person's life.
That's basic.
So where your right ends, that's where another person's right begins. So the consumer has a right to review a product, and I added a clause, responsibly. He should also have the knowledge that there is a law of defamation.
Good.
If you review and pass the boundary, you'll be prone to
just
litigation.
Like the instance you cited against that's Choma Okoli.
Exactly. This is my opinion on that issue.
Yeah.
If she has stopped that, the product is sugary, and maybe go forward to say, to even suggest to the company not to start comparing the company with the other people, other companies. You get what I'm saying? If you do that, people will start reading malicious intent to it.
Okay.
And of course, you need to critique your experience. Don't avoid sweeping generalization. Okay, going into the integrity of the company. Their products are killing people everywhere. That is not review. You're damaging the company's reputation.
Okay, so now, in your own opinion, as a consumer rights advocate and a legal practitioner too, do you think these consumer reviews on products should be encouraged?
Yes, consumer reviews should be encouraged.
Yeah.
In every sane society, it should be encouraged, but within the framework of responsibility and accountability.
Thank God you said in a sane society. You know, Nigerian environment, where we bring it back to, our own environment here. You understand? People these days, people are easily bought. People can be induced. The economic situation in the country has pushed so many people to begin to accept what ordinarily human beings should not accept. You understand? People are submitting themselves to some kind of ridiculous things just to make ends meet. Are you understanding me now? So if you are supporting that these things should be encouraged, consumers, review on product, individual, unsolicited, unpaid for, should be encouraged, then how are we going to guide against, being induced, or a review that is biased, or that a review that is paid for by maybe a competitor?
Earlier, I was talking about how to review responsibly, and one of the things I forgot to mention is that as a reviewer, a consumer, one of the ways to protect yourself, like I said, state the truth, verifiable facts that they can go and verify. Don't exaggerate. Then retain the evidence.
Okay.
Retain it. Retain the receipt. Retain the video of the product. Retain those evidences in case they want to resort to litigation, so that you have a defense. Now, looking at the way forward, like the question you've just crafted now, the way forward. The way forward boils down to, because the reason why we have this rift between the consumers and manufacturers is because of the poor enforcement of consumers' rights by the Competition and Consumer Protection Commission. The poor enforcement. So to me, there should be clear guidelines on how the Consumer Protection Commission should come out with clear guidelines on how a good review should be done.
Good.
Clear. Because if you look at the act currently, there are no guidelines as to, it is blanket. There are no guidelines as to how a good review, product review should be done. So anybody comes online and start talking about any product anyhow and crossing the bounds of his rights, of his or her rights. That's what lands them to, the problem most of them are facing today. And then looking at it too, there should be sanctions. If somebody is paid to come and peddle false information about a product, to give a false review online, there should be a sanction from the commission to such an individual. And if a company intimidates anybody that comes out to do, the company should also be sanctioned. Should be sanctioned by the commission.
Fine.
So if they put these things in place, nobody will be scared to come out to speak. And again, when you also know that, when you know your right, that no, this thing I'm saying is a truth and I have evidence to back it up. And the way you say it matters. The way you say what you say matters. I will say something here and it will not annoy somebody. You come and say it and the person will be angry. So the approach also matters.
Okay, so who is saddled with the responsibility of taking, legal action in cases of product review? We have the FCCPC, which is the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission. You understand? They are the people that are majorly involved in this issue. You understand? So when there is a friction between a consumer and a manufacturer, does the manufacturer have the right to go straight to court or go straight to the police bypassing FCCPC, or is there any role FCCPC should play?
As a matter of fact, I even omitted the penultimate, the last question you asked. Yes. I wanted to also suggest that it should be a mechanism, a verifiable mechanism for dispute resolutions, where these consumers and manufacturers can come make their complaint first. Complaint verifiable mechanism set up by the commission, where they lay their complaints first before they escalate, they go over to litigation. I think the commission should come up with something like that. Good. Then they should also encourage ADR, alternative dispute resolution. It's not everything you rush to court to go and...
Exactly.
That we're looking at it too. Who amongst them have the right to approach the court? If you look at it carefully, sir, you discover that both parties, if they feel aggrieved, they have the right, depending on how you look at it. Yeah. That's why I said there must be a balance. If the company feels their reputation has been damaged, their brand reputation has been damaged, they can sue you. They can take you to court for defamation. They can also, defamation can be brought criminally or civilly. They can also pursue you under cyber crimes law. The consumer himself can also go to court to enforce his or her fundamental right. Okay. So you breach my fundamental right to express myself. In fact, this Shoma's case, the matter, they've not decided any of the cases that have been filed by the parties. Yes. That's exactly what happened. The company is in court. The police are in court on behalf of the company over the criminal aspect. Yeah. Shoma is also in court trying to enforce her right.
So we will take a break here. When we come back, we will now look into cyberbullying. When does this become a case of cyber? At what point does doing product review becomes a case of, because that is what most of these manufacturers are hanging on, cyberbullying our products, cyberbullying also. At what point does this case or does this situation become a cyberbullying? Make una not go anywhere. When we come back, we'll enter that part of this conversation.
Welcome to Zaki for Men Only. We are a brand and redefined bespoke wares for men. We are a brand with a total difference in fashion. Our clients' fashion sense and satisfaction is our utmost priority. We specialize in executive tailoring, wedding suits, ethnic fashion, casuals, and accessories. For bookings and inquiries, 08028612610. Instagram, Zaki4Men.
All right, my people, now welcome back again. This is still the Portmanteau today. That program will tell us they get the mind to chook mouth for all the matters where other programs they not the fit chook mouth put. We don't the chook mouth inside this product review matter by consumers, since our consumer advocate lawyer still there our studio, Barrister Austin Aripo Abam. He don't talk so many things about how consumers suppose they carry carry out their product review matter to avoid problems. So right about now, the part we want to talk about now, how this new trend go fit take help us shape our market space and our production system too for Nigeria. Barrister, if this trend is encouraged, you understand, how do you think it's going to affect, our market space and our production lines? You understand? Do you think it's going to be it is going to impact positively, or is going to hinder, progress in the market and in the production?
Thank you
system?
so much. I'll answer that question in the affirmative.
Okay, sir.
Yes, a very big yes. Because like I stated earlier, when our market system, when our market ecosystem embraces product review, what it will do, the impact it will have on our market will be tremendous. Number one, it will improve the quality of products the manufacturers produces. You know why? Because all the manufacturers will be compelled to improve or to meet up to standard. They don't want anybody to critique them. They don't want anybody to say anything negative about their product. They want to be up and doing. And of course, too, if it's been encouraged in the system, you know what? It will give the consumer a voice. It will shift power to the consumer. Because this thing we are looking at is just like a democracy. Power should go to the consumer. They are the ones. They are the ones. They are the end users. They are the ones using it.
Yeah.
So you should make them happy as a manufacturer, to give them a voice, and it also enhance accountability, transparency in the system.
Okay.
To enhance accountability, and of course, it will encourage healthy competition between the manufacturers. Everybody will sit up. They want to do something that will encourage, that will make the consumers happy. But in a situation where, a situation of silence, like before now, before the advent of social media, everybody is quiet. You buy something, it's not good, you don't say anything about it. Of course, that will encourage all sort of malpractices, unfair practices in the business industry or in the marketplace. But because of the review, everybody will be, they will kind of be deterred. Let me not, if I want to do this, let me ensure I meet up to standard. And all the companies will also compete to bring out the best quality of products.
Not that I don't. I used to tell people I love this country so much. Not that I don't love this country, but the only problem I'm having with the way this country is being run is that the country, to me, is being run to favor some certain class of people. You understand what I'm saying? And this class of people are the class of people that are up and high. You understand? I know this up and high class of people, majorly they are the ones in all this production, manufacturing, lines. You get what I'm trying to say now? Now we saw what happened recently with the Nigeria Broadcasting Commission, that came up with a law restricting anchors from some certain way of disposing of their duties. You understand? Restricting them from some asking some kind of question or making their guest on the show. So those are ways of trying to quench or to kill the growing trend of absolute journalism.
Yes. So
you get what I'm trying to say now?
Yes.
So what are we not also going to be seeing this type concerning this new trend of consumers review on products? And if this type comes up, what do you think Nigeria, consumers should, how would that leave Nigeria consumers in short?
As a matter of fact, if you ask me, like I am, if I see anything that is wrong, I speak out. I speak up.
Because you are a lawyer.
Even if I'm not a lawyer, we have people who have the nature of advocates, who are not lawyers. Nigerian consumers should learn, like I said, even if I have to speak, I'll speak up responsibly. But it should be the truth I'm speaking. It should be the truth. You cannot prescribe my right to freedom of speech if I'm not saying the wrong thing. So long as it's the right thing and the true position of things I'm stating, you cannot, even if you are a government official. We are all bound by the same law.
Good, yeah.
Section 1 of the Constitution says the Constitution is supreme. It shall have binding force on all persons, including the government. So the government cannot tell me that they should do if they are doing the right things, nobody will criticize. And if they criticize them, they should take it for good.
What I'm saying is coming up with some kind of law that will restrict this act.
Like
now.
We are saying, any law that is contrary to the Constitution, the Constitution is ground norm. It's a ground norm. Section 1 sub 3 of the Constitution says any other law whose provision is inconsistent with the provision of the Constitution shall is mandatory to the extent of its inconsistency be null and void. So with that alone, you can challenge them in court. As a matter of fact, of course, there are public interest lawyers that would have taken it to court as we speak.
Yes.
To say no.
Yes.
The provision of this law runs contrary to the Constitution.
Just
it should be
like
set aside.
what is happening with the NBC now.
It should be set aside. So
right.
there is nothing that can be challenged. It can be challenged.
All right. The law. At what point does consumers product review become cyberbullying or cyberbullying? Like
I mentioned earlier, okay, like I said, the right to freedom of expression is not absolute. It has limitations. Okay, so you must be careful not to cross a boundary. In fact, for us to know that offense, we should define it so that people will know. Because when you know the meaning of the offense, you now know what it entails. Okay, now look at it this way: an offense does not become an offense just because you did it. There must be two elements must exist before you can call an act an offense. We call the first one the mens rea, the actus reus. That's the actual act. The actual act. And then we have the other mens rea, the guilty mind. You must have a guilty mind and there must be an actual act. Okay, what is the cyberbullying? Cyberbullying is using social media platforms, Facebook, TikTok, etc. Okay, to publish things, to misinform the public about a person, to publish things that are false against a person, or to threaten, to intimidate a person, to destroy a person's reputation using social media platforms. That is cyberbullying. Okay. Like we said in the case of defamation too. Like you publish things that are false. Like so when you want to go and do product, ensure what you are saying is verifiable, is a fact, and is the truth. Something they can hold on to and say this is it. That's your defense. Don't go and say something that is false or something you heard from somebody, hearsay evidence. You were not there. It will put you in trouble. It should be something that you have experienced personally and it is the truth about the product. That's what will save you. Because if you publish any false information about a company, of course, they can proceed against you. You might be in trouble. So let it be the truth and nothing but the truth. Nothing but the truth.
Okay, so like I'm saying, so when does it become?
If you go beyond stating the truth and start publishing false information, for example, now I bought a product, and the product, let me not use sugary. I bought a product, and the product is salty.
Okay.
Maybe because of a mistake, factory mistake or whatever. And then I come out to do a review. So look at the product I bought from this company. Okay, the product tasted salty.
Which is unusual.
I feel this is what the company should do to address this situation. I should make a suggestion. But when I go beyond that and start publishing that, look at this company, their product is salty and it is poisonous. If you eat it, you will die. It has killed a lot of people. What am I doing? I'm destroying. That is malicious.
So that's cyber stalking.
That is malicious. Yes. My conduct, my act can be adjudged to be a cyber stalking act. That can lead me to go to prison because what I'm publishing, that information I'm publishing, is false.
Okay.
It's false. Then when you take it to the civil aspect, it's defamation. Defamation is publishing a false information against a person. You know, a person in this context can be a natural person and a corporation, a company. A company is a legal entity in law. So if you publish any false information against a person, that will cause the the right-thinking members of the public to see the person, to be looking at the person with hate. With opprobrium, with hate. Looking at the person less than the way they used to look at the person. You have destroyed his reputation.
Wow.
You've destroyed his reputation. So can sue you for damages.
And to be on the safer side, I'm just thinking, is it possible for a consumer observing an abnormality with any product write to FCCPC or go to FCCPC to lodge the complaint, urging FCCPC to invite or to get in touch with the manufacturer? Would that be a preferable pattern?
You see, it's a possibility. In fact, the act.
No, I'm asking, will it be a preferable pattern to all this?
To me, it's not. The reason why I said it's not is because...
So it's not preferable to, as a consumer now, for me to see something wrong with a product, instead of me mounting cameras and talking, I just
talking right to
mounting cameras and talk right. I just quietly go to a federal commission.
What if they don't take the action on the issue? Because that's why I said it might be good. I'm not saying it's not good, because even the law provides for it. Okay. But what if the commission, because the commission might have a lot of cases on their desk. What if they don't take any action? Maybe they look at your complaint as a very minimal complaint and they don't take any action. What will you do?
And that's very dangerous.
Your voice is buried. So why not speak up? But speak up responsibly and with accountability, knowing that when you speak, you have bounds. You understand how the law works. That no, if you go beyond this boundary, like I said, the commission has to set up for us who are legal minds. We understand how the law. We understand the consequences and implication behind stating things that are not the truth. We understand this implication, so we know how to. And that is why I also say the commission should also set up a public campaign on how to review. These are the way forward. Because if you want to leave every complaint to the commission, because there are other complaints too, mind you, not just product review. The issue of refund, the issue of a lot of complaints on the commission desk. The commission alone cannot handle it.
Wow.
The commission alone cannot handle it. So that's why sometimes when people speak up, the companies take these reviews directly from the consumers.
Okay. How do you think a healthy product review should be carried out? Where are the I know you said that it should be truthful, factual, so where are the lines, the lines that one should not cross, the boundaries that one should not cross? Okay. And then how do you think is more safe, for an individual to carry out a product review? The woman with the bread matter, her own basis was that I didn't mention any name. I didn't show any product name. The bread is blank. No, I didn't mention. So why are you suing me? Yes. So is that a good basis? One. So that is why I say, just please help us outline the safe way, the safe pattern to carry out a product review by an individual.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. I think I should start with that woman's case.
Okay.
The reason why the company took it up upon themselves, took it against her, is because, in as much as she did not mention the name of the company, Born Bread, said in the comment section, people were suggesting it's Born Bread, and she liked it. That is the argument. That is the argument. That is the argument on the side of the company, that because she liked it, it means she agreed that it's Born Bread.
Yeah.
That was the company in question. Okay. That's the argument. The court can decide that. Okay, now how do you carry out product review responsibly, and then in order to protect yourself? Like I said, truth is paramount here.
Okay.
The first thing is the truth. In law, both in defamation and even under the Cyber Crimes Prevention Act, truth is a complete defense to the thought of defamation. Okay. Justification of truth. If you stole from me and I have evidence you stole from me and I call you a thief in the presence of another person, I've not committed any
crime.
That's the truth. I spoke and I have evidence to back it up. So ensure that in all the reviews you do as an individual, it should be the truth and nothing but the truth. Number 2, like I said, avoid exaggeration or malicious intent. Don't do it because somebody paid you to talk evil against a company. Don't do it because you had an issue with a CEO, because there's a possibility.
Okay.
The thing is, it's not as bad as you now come out and amplify it. The product is salty, does not mean it's poisonous. The product is salty does not mean it has killed people. So basically, you might not even know the ingredients they used. So you need to do your finding first, have the knowledge base of the ingredients they used before you can even come out to say, I want to say anything. And when you are saying it, say it in a suggestive manner. After you have stated that this product is like this, you feel that's the best way to do a review, to give feedback. If you have identified the problem, you suggest a solution, sir. But some people, the way they go about this review is terrible, sir. They do it as if it's a fight. It's not a fight. It's not a fight, sir. So that's why most of the companies also take it as hostility. They see it as a fight too. There needs to be a corporate reorientation. The company should learn too. The consumers will also learn. It's a process. Number 3, sir. Number 3, learn to distinguish between the fact and opinion. When you are reviewing, always say, in my opinion. In my opinion. Don't come and, this product, you start, is bad, is this, is that. When you have stated the obvious, you cannot say, in my opinion, this is what I think. Number 4, sir, retain the evidence. Retain the evidence, because you don't know. At the end of it, you don't know if they will take you to court. It's not about taking you. It's not about they will not. They can take you to court. The court is a place of adjudication. The court is not a slaughterhouse where they slaughter people. The court is where the rights of individuals are determined.
But sorry, in that retaining evidence, if the evidence is a time-bound evidence that has time lapse, that
like what, sir? Like evidence, because the kind of evidence I'm talking about is a receipt. Maybe the receipt you use in buying the product. Okay. Video. Maybe you did a video of the product. And you saved it somewhere. Receipts. You saved it somewhere.
Because some evidence will require, bring it to court. Let's test if it's true. Or
no, I'm talking about video evidence. Maybe you video it while you video it. Maybe you call 1 or 2 persons.
I get you.
I understand you too. There are ways to go about this whole thing. It's something you will keep and it will get bad.
Bad, yes.
Video it. Maybe you call 1 or 2 persons like witnesses. Please test this thing while you're videoing. They are commenting. In the mouth of 1 or 2 witnesses, the truth is established.
Okay. So that one.
Number 4, sir. Number 5, sir. Avoid sweeping generalization. Speak to your experience. Critique your experience, not what every other person is saying. Thereby damaging the integrity of the brand, entire integrity of the brand. Just like that, Shoma Okolis, unapologetically, my opinion, she would have just stating the obvious the way it was. If the product was, she would have just stopped there. But delving into the product is killing people. Tell your brother to stop killing people. That's an attack. And then don't generalize. Don't kill the brand. Don't say, because you bought something that is salty now from a company, you now generalize that the company is a terrible company. All their products are not good for consumption. It's really it's unwholesome. It's unwholesome. It's preposterous. All their products. Speak to your experience. That thing you bought, say something about it. But don't go beyond that to start destroying the integrity of the brand.
Wow. Okay, I know you are a consumer rights advocate. You love consumers so much, and I know that you always and everly stand, to protect the rights of Nigerian consumers. Before we quench camera, we want to say a very big thank you for coming on the show again. Like I said, we always come back
so much,
to you always and always.
And this thing applies to politics. Nigerians should speak up too.
Nigerians are speaking up.
When the kind of governance we are receiving, if it is not palatable, we should speak up.
Nigerians are speaking up.
Thank you,
Nigerians
sir.
are really speaking up. I must doff my hat and my cap for salute the Nigerian public. Nigerians are really, 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 speaking up. It's just that, like what we cited earlier on, the powers that be, how are they taking all these things? Instead of accepting it and working and seeing the way to improve, things in Nigeria, the next thing they do is to come and suppress you and find a way to silence you. You understand what I'm trying to say? So thank you so much, Barrister.
Thank you so much, sir.
Austin Arikpo. It's nice having you on the Portmanteau today.
Pleasure to be here.
We'll bring you again very shortly.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
And thank you to our audience. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much. All right, and so we go take quench camera on top of the show today. Before we go, don't forget, say you be Naija. Anywhere where you did, make you dey rep this country well. Don't follow them, put hand for wetin go spoil this country name. Not do drugs because you don't get any better thing where they do for body. Until the next one, I say make una hold una chest tight.